Hi guys, my name is Juliana and welcome to my YouTube channel. Happy holidays! I hope you had a really great Christmas. I was planning to do something special for Christmas, but because of a malware issue on my laptop, I couldn't film anything. So yeah, that's why I've been inactive for like 3 weeks. Anyway, that's all fixed now. Let's talk about my top 10 albums of 2020 and I'm so ready for this. Believe me guys, I'm passionate. I'm really passionate about my music. Y'all know I do movie reactions / commentaries and album reactions. So I've been listening to a lot of music this year and I finally formed my top 10. So what I need you to do is listen to my top 10 and download these albums on Spotify because you're really missing out. Okay, first off, we'll start with an honorable mention, something that didn't make the top 10 because of a specific reason, and that project is Black Neon by Kennie, and you may know her as Kennie JD on YouTube. She also does movie commentaries, but specifically about bad movies, and it's just so hilarious. You really need to check that out. When I heard she made music, I was a bit skeptic at first because, well, YouTubers don't have the best track record when it comes to music. Every time a YouTuber steps out of their bubble and does something different like pursue a music career, it's not the best quality. But let me tell you, this EP is a gem. It's great, amazing. The production on this EP is just chef's kiss. She isn't even that big of an artist, but she has really great production and I always admire artists who have that. Her vocals are great as well, really smooth, especially on Clarity, that track. At the end she was doing like a Mariah kind of thing and I was here for it. Do you hear in the back? Oh, I love that. The reason that it's an honorable mention and didn't make the list is that it's an EP. So it doesn't really count as an album. Therefore I was like, I need to shout this out, but it doesn't make the top 10, sorry. My favorites on this EP, and there are only 6 songs, so like you can listen to them all. My favorites are Northern Lights, Echoes and Clarity. We're going to listen a bit to this one. Hey, you see what I mean? Her voice is so smooth, I love it. Tonight is for the two of us. Hey, drop. There's nothing like you and me. Now let's start off with the official top 10 with at number 10, Jaguar by Victoria Monet. This album really surprised me because I only knew Victoria Monet as a producer and I know the song she did with Ariana Grande, Monopoly. Really enjoyed that, right? But I didn't know who she was as an artist and I feel like this is such a great body of work and this project really gives you a good image of what she is like as an artist. The production is stellar, her vocals are so great. It's an R&B album. The thing what makes this album lower on the list is that it's great as a cohesive thing. I wish that there were more tracks that were individually great, but the entire album is just amazing if you listen the whole way through. I'm going to play a bit of Moment for you guys because that song is the moment. You know what I mean? It's so sensual and smooth. Fantasy, it's your motherfucking moment. Hey. Number 9 on my list is Folklore by Taylor Swift. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Well, I know what some of you are thinking. Like, if you know me personally, you would be like, why is she on this list? Because I really don't vibe with Taylor Swift's music like that. I'm not really a fan because, I don't know, it's not my cup of tea normally. And if you don't know me like that, you're probably like, why is Folklore so low on this list? Well, like I said, Taylor Swift isn't normally my cup of tea. But this project actually got a lot of Grammy acclaim and a lot of talk like this is supposed to be her best album yet, or at least one of the better ones. So I was really intrigued and 2 days ago I decided to take a listen to it. Guys, I had my entire top 10 like planned out the beginning of this month. Folklore came in and ruined my list. I love Folklore lyrically, okay? The lyrics are just so great. It's really storytelling and I love when an album tells a story. The production on this album is also amazing. My favorites of Folklore are Mirrorball, Exile, Cardigan and My Tears Ricochet. I don't know how to pronounce that. Let's listen to Exile though because Bon Iver did his thing on that track. His voice is beautiful. I think his voice is so beautiful. I get instant chills. The violins. Production. I mean, you can't deny that. At number 8, we have Sawayama by Rina Sawayama. Heads up, I didn't know who Rina Sawayama was until I went on Twitter, basically. And let me tell you something, if you want to discover new artists, Twitter is the way, okay? Because Twitter really raved about this album. And I was like, okay, sure, I never listened to her before, but let me give this a try. And yeah, guys, I really love it. It's going to sound strange, but Rina is like a combination of the Pussycat Dolls and Evanescence. You know, it's really strange and it shouldn't work, but it does. This album brings pop back. Because I feel like pop disappeared for a while now. You know, rap is owning the charts. I love rap, I love hip hop, but pop was always one of my favorite genres, and yeah, it's kind of disappearing. Rina Sawayama said, no, I'm bringing it back, bitches. My favorites of this album are Excess, beautiful song, okay, I love that. Comme des Garçons, Paradise In, Chosen Family, Snakeskin. Okay, those are all great. This is Excess, and I absolutely love this track, okay? It's great. This is giving me adult Cheetah Girls, and I mean that in the best way possible. Bam, 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 bam. Number 7 on my list is Before I Spill Myself by Timar. Stop sleeping on Timar, okay? Timar is great R&B realness. Her voice is one of the most unique voices in this list. Period. A lot of you may not know her. This is probably maybe the first time you heard of her, but I suggest you listen to the album because you really want to know more after that. A great artist. Like, I found her on YouTube. She popped up in my recommended. I was like, who this? I listened to one song and then I was sold. Okay, I had to check out her album and it's great, guys. My favorites on this album are Kinda Love, Chasing Amy, Hoary Heart, Doing It Wrong, One Job and Done. This is Kinda Love, featuring D-Smoke, an artist I also enjoy. Can't sleep, kinda love, so deep, I'm free, kinda love that. Can you give me one good reason not to fuck with you like that? Her voice is giving me life because it's so unique and so catchy and just eargasm. At number 6 we got Positions by Ariana Grande. Wait a second. Here you go, a Q-tip to clean your ears out. Because a lot of you have been saying that this is her worst album, and I don't know what you're hearing, but you're not hearing the same thing as I am, so here's a Q-tip. This is not her worst album, okay? Like, I don't know what you are on, but we all know that My Everything is her worst album. Debate with your mother, not with me, I'm not the one. Anyway, with Positions, right? It's such a chill R&B album. It's something you play at home, you know. It's perfect for quarantine. Like when you're cooking, you know, you put Positions up on the background. It's such a chill R&B album. And that's what y'all don't like. Y'all don't like R&B albums. Y'all didn't like Sweetener. Y'all didn't. I fuck with Sweetener, okay? That's one of my favorite Ariana Grande albums, but it's the most R&B influenced album. Also, yours truly has some R&B influences, but y'all don't like that either. If Positions, yours truly, and Sweetener are at the bottom of your favorite Ariana Grande albums, you have something against R&B. Debate with your mother. It's not really as cohesive, I would say. But yeah, Ari herself said that this was her favorite album. At least the album making process was her favorite because she really got to experiment a lot with her voice and you can clearly hear that. Come on guys, she did things with her voice on this album that I haven't heard from her before. My favorites of this album, and they have changed, you know, since the initial listen, are in no particular order: Motive, Just Like Magic, Off the Table, My Hair, and POV. My Hair just does it for me, you know? It's so... it's so chill and it gives me those 90s vibes. Okay, pay attention to this. She is singing the entire chorus in a whistle note. She invented this. This is music history. Done. Period. And y'all are hating on this album while it has My Hair on it. I don't get y'all. Number 5 on my list is Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa. Just like with Taylor Swift, I'm not that much of a Dua Lipa fan, at least until now, because Future Nostalgia is just revolutionary. Dua used such influences from the 80s, the 90s in her album, and like this is the album that really started the trend this year, because this year a lot of artists really used 80s influences in their music, but I feel like Dua is the one that started that. You know, she was the trendsetter, and I love that, especially Levitating. Levitating is my jam. You want me, moonlight, hey, you're my starlight. Again, just like with Rina Sawayama, Dua is really holding pop down at the moment, you know? Okay, so my battery died, love when that happens. So let's move on, because we've arrived to the top 4. And my top 4, man, you're in for a treat. I'm telling you, I had such a hard time putting this top 4 together, because at one point they were all number 1 to me. So at number 4, we got Plastic Hearts by Miley Cyrus. When I tell you that I would never have guessed that any album of hers could top Bangers, because Bangers was a banger, it was my personal favorite of hers, that was just amazing. And Miss Miley Cyrus really proved with this album that she is the chameleon of genres, okay? She can do pop, she can do country, she can do hip-hop, and now she is dipping her toes into rock. Guys, I'm not a rock fan, I'm really not a rock fan, but she made it work. No skips, no skips, all the songs are great. I really love the raspiness in her voice, you know? And in this genre, it fits perfectly. This album gives you fuck the haters vibes, it gives you I am who I am and I accept me for who I am, even though I might be a bit messed up vibes. I love that. I love that message. This is my new favorite album of Miley Cyrus. Again, didn't know it could be possible after Bangers. My favorite songs from this album are What the Fuck Do I Know, Plastic Hearts, Angels Like You, Midnight Sky High, and Never Be Me. Let's start off with What the Fuck Do I Know, because that's an amazing start of the album, trust me. I'm not trying to have another conversation, but I let it go. What the fuck do I know? I'm alone. This hero, you want an apology? Not from me. I don't even miss you. What the fuck do I know? I mean, guys, the aggressiveness, the feel, she's putting her soul into this music. Also, this is how you do an album title track. I've been caring for your dreaming, keep me up all night. Hey, oh wow, just wanna feel something. I hear that, I hear that. Next one on my list, my number 3 choice is The Ungodly Hour by Chloe and Halle. I know y'all are sick of me. I know y'all are sick of me because every chance I get, I use to promote Chloe and Halle on this channel. But yeah, they are amazing, so they deserve all the hype. They are really, and I say this with no hesitation, my favorite artist at the moment. They are the entire package. They give you performance, okay? They give you vocals, they give you beats. Chloe has this beautiful lower range voice and it's really powerful and sassy and playful, and I like that about her voice. Halle has this way higher voice and her range is so beautiful, heavenly, really like an angel basically. And they fit so well together. They are so talented and I love them. I love their production. I love their lyrical content. It's so youthful. Ungodly Hour as a whole is cohesive, okay? It's a coming of age album, literally about their own lives. How it is to grow from child stars to the amazing black grown young women they are today. Chloe and Halle's music, especially Ungodly Hour, it's not necessarily R&B. It's also not alternative, it's alternative R&B. And I live for that. Give me flavor, give me something new. You know what's funny? I actually did a reaction video to their album and my ranking has completely changed. Except Don't Make It Harder on Me, because that one is still top tier. Probably my favorite song of the year. Favorite tracks from this album? Let me check. Okay, we got Intro and Forgive Me. Like the transition from the intro to Forgive Me. Do It, Ungodly Hour, Busy Boy, Lonely, Don't Make It Harder on Me, and Wonder What She Thinks of Me. Those are my favorites. I just want y'all to hear the transition from intro into Forgive Me. It's beautiful.
Ask for permission. Ask for forgiveness.
Right into Forgive Me. It flew! It flew! Moving too fast, now you caught in the middle. Baby, what you think this is? Why you wanna plead the fifth? You ain't gotta tell me what it is. Cause it's all the messages, bitch. Their vocals, sick, smooth. What else can I say? We are just friends now.
You already had your chance.
And you blew it. Listen to this.
If you keep acting
Ooh. This is giving me such Nostalgic Natalie Cole vibes, I love it. Chloe and Halle, add me to your group, we'll make it a trio. Number 2 on this list goes to After Hours by The Weeknd. Wait a second. I got another Q-tip, and this one is for the Grammys. You better clean your ears out, Grammys. You know what? Oh wait, it's an entire recording academy that's not able, so here you go. Q-tips for everyone, guys. I mean, y'all really need it. Y'all know y'all are wrong for that, because Blinding Lights was the most streamed song on Spotify this entire year. It broke records. It broke sales. Music critics gave After Hours such a high score as an album. It was one of the best albums of the year, period. Everyone agreed on that. So if it's true that y'all snubbed Abel because he is playing at the Super Bowl, if that's true, I need you to take this Q-tip, clean your ears out and stick it up your A lot of the songs on this album have the best production I've heard in years, okay? In years. Just like with Chloe and Halle. Vocals, production. Here you go, fans, take it. This was supposed to be his year. This was his year, actually. Like, you saw him everywhere. He had Blinding Lights, which was #1 on the charts, okay? He was the #1 most listened to artist, I think. Okay, it's time for my favorites of the album. Hardest to Love, Scared to Live, Snow Child, Heartless, Blinding Lights, In Your Eyes, Save Your Tears. Ooh, Save Your Tears. Probably also one of my favorite songs of the year. I mean, it was the #1 song, so I had to play it. Hey, let go. Ba-da-dun-dun-dun. Maybe, hey, this is giving me Take On Me by Aha. And I said, ooh. This is what I mean with a great production moment. Save Your Tears, love it. Giving me Stranger Things, 80s, everything. Saw you dancing in a crowded room. I don't know why I'd run away. Production! We've arrived at my #1 pick. The best album of 2020 is Love Is Not Dying by Jeremy Zucker. Okay, can the booing stop? Like, I know this is really anticlimactic for you because no one I know listened to this album, which is a damn shame. I am in love with this album. I really think it's such a beautiful body of work. It's cohesive. All the songs are great individually. I actually memorized every song on the album because it's just so beautifully composed, beautifully sung. The production is great, but what I love the most is how it flows so beautifully. Like, every single track on this album transitions into the other, and I think that's beautiful because what you get is amazing songs on their own, you know, like individual tracks, but you also get a cohesive body of work. This was a beautiful pop album. And like, it also had some rock influences in some of the tracks, especially Lake House, which I loved. I adored that track. I did a reaction video to this album and I cried. I don't do that a lot, especially with music. Like, I get touched, but it doesn't show on my face. And with this album, I got teary-eyed so quick. It felt genuine, you know, like Jeremy really loves music, he loves what he does, and you feel his passion through the music. It's beautiful and you should listen to the album, and do not, I repeat, do not listen to it on shuffle. Really go through the album in order because every track flows into the other track, which makes this album one big story. And I just love it so much. I kept debating whether I should put After Hours first or Love Is Not Dying. Both beautifully sung and produced. And the tracks on their own are also great, but I feel like Love Is Not Dying added another dimension to it because next to being a great body of work, it also gave you an experience. My favorite tracks on this album are Somebody Loves You, Orchid, Lake House, Not Your Friend, Full Stop, Julia, Hell or Flying, Oh Mexico, and Come Through. It's the goosebumps for me. The instrumentals, who comes up with this shit? Where all the shooting stars eventually die. Excellence. We don't need you, but most of all won't go, baby. Won't go, baby. Hey. Imagine this live at a concert. Wait for it, trust me. One more thing I forgot to mention about this album. He switches it up every time at the end of a song. So like, you won't get bored, the song never stays the same. You know how rare it is for some reason, because artists don't like to do bridges anymore, but he does, and I love them. Anyway guys, this is my top 10 best albums of 2020. This is just my opinion, and remember guys, I haven't heard every album on the entire earth, okay? Do you like any of the albums on this list, and what is your top 10? Let me know down below. Like, subscribe, and share if you care. This will be my final video of 2020, so guys, I wish you a happy new year. May next year be better than this one, because 2020 was kind of trash. Lots of love from my family to yours. Okay guys, that's it. Ciao.